Hi Margaret.
Hey Si, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
You good? I'm going to stand like you.
You're going to stand like me? This is the teapot impression, you see. So we're locked up in our houses, aren't we?
We are happy locked up.
It is very happy to be locked, because you're in a new place, aren't you? Same as me.
Yeah, I moved in on the 19th of December. It's been a bit crazy, but I'm all settled and got a kitchen full of food and raring to go.
Well, you've got a lot more than me, because I got the keys to this place on the 15th of December, and so far I've done nothing but move boxes around in piles and not live here. So today is going to be quite funny, because you're going to teach me how to cook something, aren't you? And I've kind of got stuff together, but we'll try and get through this. But the reason we're doing it obviously live from our homes, guys, is because of the lockdown. So the whole purpose of this video is for you to get to know the Pulse team. So we want you to work with Margaret, understand what she does and how she works within the Pulse group of individuals. And we're going to talk about things like the anthem and cover sort of all the new things that are coming to Pulse as well. So thank you for joining us today, Margaret. It's going to be really cool. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I mean, I'm not going to talk much about the anthem products because I know very little about them. Simon's going to do the talking. I'm going to just nod and cook.
Well, you can teach me how to cook, but
I can't do that. I can't. Whatever you just did, I
can have them on my head.
I can't.
Oh, I say that, I just dropped it. But anyway, so what are we cooking today, Margaret?
We are going to be doing a really healthy breakfast because when you're in lockdown, you need to eat healthily because it's easy to feel really low, especially long, dark days. So we're going to be making avocado on sourdough toast with poached eggs. And simple breakfast, but really filling, keep you going for a long time. And I'm going to try and teach Simon how to poach eggs without a mould.
Or cling film, as I use.
Or what?
Or cling film. I use cling film.
Cling film works, but this is just another method.
Oh, okay. So, well, I couldn't get as posh a bread as you, so I've got white bread. But it's nice. It's from Dorrington's, and it got cut in the machine there, so it should be all right. But the sourdough would obviously be nicer, I would imagine.
Okay. Yeah, well, I like sourdough, so it's we can use any bread you like.
Well, I'm really excited to learn how to do this because, like I say, cooking poached eggs is very difficult. People think it's easy, but it is very difficult. So I'm really, really excited about learning.
Well, actually, people think it's difficult, but it's actually really easy.
Well, you say that.
Let's switch it, and hopefully I can produce some good results. Otherwise, I'll have egg on my face.
Well, yeah, that's true. So with all the restrictions that are happening at the moment, there's a big message that I put out on Terrific Tuesdays this week, which was all about how we are doing everything we can in the background to make sure that your orders are going smoothly and that everything that's required in the next coming months is delivered to your doorstep, and your clients are very happy in the meantime. So one of the subjects that we wanted to cover, Margaret and I, just before we get into the cooking, is the Anthem side of things. So at the moment, we're waiting for a formal update from Anthem on the delivery date side of things for the new range of MRXs and AVMs and the MCA amplifiers. So obviously, as soon as Pulse receives the formal update from the Bagbies, we will be putting that out to the masses so that you're all kept aware of everything that you need to do. Obviously, you've got the team to speak to and call, which we're going to go through in a minute, Margaret, for updates on a personal level, calling back and forth, but we want to obviously make sure we get a mass message out to you guys as well. So, Margaret, I'm going to shut up for a bit and you're going to teach me how to cook. So what do I need to do this then? Obviously, I've got a pot of water.
We've got some water that's boiled, and we're just going to bring that up to like we're just going to make that so it's just sort of like just simmering away. You don't want it to be moving too much, otherwise that breaks the egg up. So you want it having boiled and hot, and just like when you just start to see bubbles at the edges, that's
a gentle bubble, yeah, gentle simmer.
As little as possible movement. Having had it, you must make it boil and then bring it down so that it's you don't want it to be moving too much because that makes the egg break up. You want to keep it as still as possible in the pan.
Right, I think I've got some still, well, I've definitely got still water, but it's not moving very much. We've got a few little bubbles.
Okay, so that's perfect. So what I like to do when I'm poaching an egg is to first crack it into a, which I didn't mention before, Simon, into have you got like a little cup or something, a little espresso?
I've got the sort of cups you play beer pong with.
That's fine. That's fine. So what you want to do is, first of all, you want to crack your egg into your cup, and then you can make sure that it's not broken and it's fresh. So be gentle with it. That's the key with eggs. Be gentle with that.
I'll be Margaret. I'm gonna put that.
Right, so my water is now boiling, so I'm turning it right down low, just so it's just off the boil.
I would say I'm at that stage as well, my friend.
Okay, so then another thing is when people are making poached eggs, often there's like in the white, there's like stringy bits, like the bits that straggly bits, and you really want to kind of, so an egg is made up of a yolk and then a firm bit of white and then some loose, I don't know, maybe there's an official name, I don't know, but anyway, it's really useful to have like a little tea strainer here.
Oh, now you're asking, mate. I've literally not even unpacked. So what do I need? For me?
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the egg, which is in this little cup. What?
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
What did you say?
Well, I haven't got one. I've got this. Will that do?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Right.
So we're kind of going to try and prove that you don't have to have everything. You can improvise.
Okay, that's cool.
So we're ready. So then you pour the egg into that. It's difficult. I can't really see my camera.
Yeah, pour it
in. The egg in there gently, and then shake it a little bit. And you can see like this bit that's wobbling off.
Yeah.
So that's all going to be all the extra stragglers, so to speak.
But it won't let the egg through, no?
No, I'm hoping not. It should be. It should just let, can you see, it's almost stopping now? It's just stop it. All it's doing is those extra kind of straggly bits are disappearing.
All right, okay. I'm probably going to lose it.
For the firm white. Right. So then you take that egg and you put it gently into the boiling water, but don't throw it from a great height. Just gently put it in. So
I'm putting my stragglies off at the moment.
Okay, let me watch what you're doing.
So getting rid of my straggles.
If anybody knows an official name for that part of the egg, we're just going to call it the straggles.
Right. Okay. So straggle free.
Right. So then what you need to do is you just need to very gently.
Yeah.
Take your little sieve. It might be difficult with your big sieve, and then just gently put it into the water, very gently.
Oh, the suspense.
Okay. And then you go with a spoon, and then just kind of gather it around.
Gather it around.
Gently gather it around.
I'm gathering.
This is not actually turned out to be the greatest one. There are some straggles. But anyway, and then you just leave it. And then you put your toast. How you getting on, Simon?
I'm just gathering a little bit. Right, I think I'm gathered.
Okay, so then you take your toast and you put it in the toaster.
Right, in this case, it's going to be the grill, I'm afraid, because I can't find my toaster in the garage. It's in a box somewhere. So.
Okay, so I'm just putting my toast on your toaster.
Cool.
And then while all that is happening, you can keep an eye on your egg, and just depending on how soft you like it, most people, if they're doing a poached egg like that, like it runny. So keep an eye on it, sort of like a couple of minutes.
Right.
Okay. And then
grill's on. Happy days. So while I'm waiting for my toast to grill, obviously one of the things that I want to talk about is the support from dealers, because I think last year, obviously, it was an extremely tough year. It was new to everyone, all the stuff that had gone on. It was kind of learning as we go. So I really feel like, obviously, we've gone into a lockdown again, but I feel like people are more prepared for it. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think we've been here, done it before, haven't we? I mean, obviously there are some differences, but on the whole, we were like, okay, here we are again. I mean, the major difference is it's winter. I think so. Emotionally, that's quite difficult. Whereas before we had that glorious summer. But in terms of Pulse, we've got a full team this now, whereas we didn't have a full team over the summer. Most people were on furlough. But what we realised was that we didn't slow down in terms of business. So hopefully we're not going to put people on furlough this time, because it was kind of nutty at Pulse. The ones of us that were left.
No, it was really, really good. And obviously from the support from dealers, it was absolutely incredible to see the work that we actually did during those really difficult times. And there was a lot of kind of periods where we were really sort of having to sort of think on our feet as the dealer and the distributor working together to get that project finished. And it turned out to be a very successful year. So obviously having that confidence coming into 2021 is going to be really good. But obviously I'm so grateful that you're coming onto camera, Margaret, because obviously we started the Terrific Tuesdays, gosh, over 2 years ago now, and that was really, really fun. So it's just great to have you back on camera. And also we can go through the team, because I think what's really important for our dealers, Margaret, is that people know who we are. Like, I mean this not, you're not just like Margaret has been in this industry. How long have you worked in this industry? For a long time, haven't you?
8, 9 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Interrupt, and we should take our eggs out, really.
Oh, our eggs are out. I'm sorry. Okay.
Your bachelor.
You used to work for Olive AV, didn't you, before?
I did. Well, I worked for Olive AV for 5 years. I was PA to Simon Williams, who was the MD there. But anyway, at the moment, I'm just going to take my egg out. And what you need to really do is make sure that the white is cooked.
I'm not going to jinx it, but I think my egg's better than yours.
So you can see. You think your egg's better than mine? Oh, you might be right there. Anyway, here's my egg. So you just like get the water off it, because you don't want the water on a plate like that.
I've got it on the tissue, so I can leave that for the moment.
Just leave it on the tissue. Nothing much is going to happen to it now.
That's fine. Another embarrassing thing is, Margaret, I haven't got any butter, so my toast is going to be very dry. It's very healthy, my version of the egg on toast with avocado.
So here's my toast. I need to get a knife. I'm going to put a little bit of butter. You don't need to have butter on it because you've got avocado, but I like butter with everything. So.
Well, I'm just checking on my toast. So while we're waiting for that, I want to go through the team a little bit, Margaret, because I think what's really important is that everyone out there understands who we are, who has what role to play at Pulse Cinemas, to make sure that when you are contacting us, either through website, through email, through phone calls, you're reaching the right department and you're getting through quickly. So you work in the accounts team, don't you? You work under Emma, who's head of finance.
Yeah. I'm the sort of, if you've got a problem with your accounts or a question regarding invoicing or anything to do with your account, you call me. And if I don't know the answer, I'll ask Emma, but I'm the first person you should come to if you've got a question regarding your accounts. That's kind of my role.
Brilliant. And I know one of the things that you do as well is you do support for the invoicing side of things. You look after Mark Rundle and Carla Miller, who are in the purchasing team. So
yeah. So at the end of the day, when the goods go out, then invoices are created as goods are dispatched. The invoices are created, and then I send them to our dealers on a daily basis. That's the goal anyway. Sometimes there are things that happen that mean I can't, but on the whole, I try and get invoices out the same day as dispatch. So you'll get it the following day, and you should that day also receive your invoice. If you don't, there's generally a reason, but you can always contact me and say, Margaret, where's my invoice? And I shall send it to you.
I mean, talking about that as a subject, one of the things that's really exciting coming, you would have seen it over the Christmas break. We put some Facebook messages out about the new shopping basket. So that's happening in the background, guys. So one of the things that's going to be really useful for you is being able to go online, log into the Pulse Cinemas website, and be able to actually action your account, pay invoices, make sure everything's up to date digitally, which is going to be really good. Obviously, if you're working out of hours, if you're on site during the day, things like that. So you're going to have some help. I will apologise if you do hear any banging. That's because my bathroom's currently being done upstairs at the moment, Margaret. So I'm having some.
Sorry. But what I want to say to everybody is that Even though we're going more digital, and obviously that is the way forward, I'm still here if you've got any questions regarding your invoices, because sometimes you just need someone to speak to explain what's going on. So as much as we are moving forward with the times, in terms of e-commerce, we are still here waiting to help you.
Definitely. And the purchasing team, Mark Rundle and Carla, they're there to help with the project side of things, because it's not as easy as just saying, can I buy this cup? This cup gets sent to you. You know, there's so many different components that come into these projects that it's like a game of chess to make sure that they all align and they all get delivered nicely to site at the right time for the customers, for the custom installer to be able to get it installed for the client. So
I think that's a really good point. So if someone's building a cinema, you may have 10 different items and they may come from 10 different suppliers. And so coordinating that, and you as a dealer getting your goods as and when you need them, because obviously there's an order in which you install them. You don't want to have them before you need them. You don't want to pay for them before you need them. So kind of balancing that aspect of it, making sure you get what you need when you need it, is actually trickier than it seems. And Carla and Mark Rundle manage that part of dispatch really, really well. Because there's a lot of variables and coming from lots of different places in the world as well. And now we're no longer part of Europe, then the European Union, then it's added another level of complexity to what we're doing. But they are great at managing that as well. So well done to them.
We've pulled off some rather amazing things in the past with really quite creative ways of getting things delivered. But it's just all about understanding each other and managing each other's expectations and working as a team. We may be your distributor, but we work on behalf of you to make sure your client is happy. So having a team like Margaret, Emma, Mark Rundle and Carla there to organise that side of things is invaluable. And when it comes to the sales side of things, there's people behind the scenes that you don't often see. You see our ugly faces all the time on social media, but people like Oliver Deacon-Foe. So he is the Lutron ambassador for Pulse Cinemas, but he's also moved very much into Pulse Cinemas side of things, hasn't he? Recently, he's been doing a lot more
general core sales.
Exactly. So he is an incredible contact for you guys to be able to reach out to, go through all your Lutron needs, but also things like screens, speaker packages. I need a subwoofer, I need an amplifier. Ollie's there to really support you. And when it comes to like the custom stuff, like the Fortress seating, Mick Haley in the office, I mean, she sits there and she puts together a lot of the kind of more bespoke quotations that really need that kind of coordination from the manufacturer, from the dealer, from us, to put it all together as a nice parcel to then be able to put forward to the client. So everyone's got their skills in that respect, and that's what's nice about having a small but manageable team, if you know what I mean.
Also, what I was going to say is that even if you don't know who your go-to person is on a particular topic, anyone in the team can help you to a degree. So if you've got a question about seating, as an example, you may come through to me because all the lines in sales may be busy, and I'll do my best to help you. I understand who the manufacturers are. I mean, I was on the sales team, so I have a little bit of an understanding of the products, but we'll all help you where we can. And that's the beauty of a small team.
Definitely. And when it comes to tech support, I mean, obviously, once everything's been delivered and on site, it's not a case of going, poof, there's some boxes, see you later. I'll see you when you next need to spend some money.
Yeah.
You have to have that aftercare of the product. And our tech support team, when it comes to getting queries sorted with Russell, so Russell Hughes, he's actually the newest member of the team, isn't he, in respect of
I think
the team. So he's got a long-standing history in the industry. There's a lot of people out there that know Russell Hughes. He's an expert in RTI and programming, but he's there to help troubleshoot with our products. Let's face it, these things are electrical. They go wrong. Stuff happens, and it's about realizing when something goes wrong, it's an opportunity to show how quickly you can get things resolved. So having someone like Russell Hughes in the technical team, and also Simon Gibbs. Now, Simon Gibbs, he assists in the technical support team, but he's very much come from an installer background. So he's great for the installer to help with things like how this product works, how this goes together, calibrations, exactly. Like, he's incredible when it comes to things like that. And then you've got guys like the management team. So you've obviously got guys like Mike Beattie, who's the director, managing director, and then you have Capes, the technical director, which they're not directors that don't get down and dirty with stuff. You know, I've seen Mike literally getting in his car and driving products to people to deliver it. I mean, we all muck in and do what we need to do as a company. Yeah. I definitely feel like there's quite a, even though there's like management team, there's definitely like that kind of like flat hierarchy, isn't there, at Pulse? It's got, everyone's does what they need to do. You know, there's no really.
It's very collaborative. I think it's a very collaborative team, and we're not in. It's not a company that needs a lot of people ordering about, being told what to do. We all know what we need to do. We all work hard. We all want to achieve the goal, which is the greater good of Pulse and our dealers. And I think we're all clear about what needs to be done to achieve that. Sometimes it doesn't go to plan. There are extenuating circumstances or outside forces, so to speak, that create a problem. But we are always trying to work together to create a really happy atmosphere at Pulse. And I think a lot of people who come to Pulse will know when they come to Pulse to a party or to a demonstration, it's a really happy atmosphere. And to support our dealers so that they can be the best that they can be and keep coming back for more.
Definitely. And I think there's two people that we haven't talked about at the moment, and that is our main man, George. Now, George is always behind the scenes, isn't he?
He's great, George. He's great. Keeps us laughing as well, because he is by far the youngest member of our team, younger than my children. So it's just really fun to have him around because he brings a whole different dimension to life.
I was him and saying, "Was you born when this song?" Oh, actually, yeah, that was one thing during lockdown. We were doing like a lot of these kind of Zoom sort of drinking sessions. Basically, we just all got a laptop and got absolutely mangled. And George would be there, and we started playing a game which was George born? So we just playing something, and it was George born. It was brilliant. But he is just such a good character when it comes to videography.
He's just got a real eye for it, hasn't he? He's really, and he's considered, and he's quiet, and he just kind of gets on and does his job. He's really impressive.
Well, the case side of things,
really 12. It's really
good. Yeah. But when obviously, I know it's difficult at the moment. We're talking kind of as if we can just go into houses and things like we can't at the moment, you know. But it's a case of when it comes to the case studies, having George on board, the camera equipment that we have as well, we're able to offer the after-sales marketing side of Pulse as well. So that's what leads into the last person that I haven't talked about yet, which is David. So David is the newest member of the team, but he's come in to look after the Pulse Creative side of things. So Pulse Creative being the side of Pulse that's there to put together interesting content for us, for our industry, but also there to help dealers with social media. All these kind of new concepts that are coming through Pulse, David is in charge of when it comes to this marketing side.
Putting it together, isn't he?
I call him the tyrant though, because he's military or something. I don't know. I swear he's got like something wrong with him.
What is he?
He's like proper regimented, isn't he? Like
yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. Yeah. Should we talk just to go back to what we're cooking just for a minute?
Yeah, I think you were going to show me a trick with an avocado, weren't you?
Anyway, so I've cut my avocado in half. It's a very little one. So I've got have you cut yours in half yet?
No, shall I do that?
You want to do that? Yeah, I don't think you need any instruction for that, do you?
No, I should be all right with cutting an avocado in half, which I am. Look, I'll show you a little trick of how to get the stone out. Right? Yeah. Whack it with a knife and cut it in half and make, and make a mess of it.
Alternatively, you just take your little knife and you stick it in the end there, and then
I haven't got
out like that.
How? All right, okay, yeah, that would have been a lot better than what I did, which was just cut a piece of avocado. But I haven't got a little knife. I've only got this big one. Is that all right?
Yeah. Well, okay. So we'll try it. So what you do is to get it. I mean, there's lots of different ways. It's just the way I do it. So I get my little knife and I just do across like that. So you make lines down there, and then you go the other way like that.
Yeah.
And then you take a spoon. Where's my spoon? Oh, it's over here.
We're going to play knifey spoony.
Knifey spoony? What's knifey spoony?
Haven't you played Knifey Spoony before?
No.
It's like you call that a knife. This is a knife.
Oh. This is a knife. A knife. It's a bit big for the avocado, but just watch out, Schino. Have this knife.
So what am I doing? Oh, spoon, yeah. Spoon it out.
And then you spoon it out.
Yeah.
And it's already
in nice chunks.
In nice chunks. And you literally scoop.
Right, so I've scooped all my little chunks out. Oh, look at that.
And then you put it on your toast.
Right, so I'll put that on my toast.
On your toast?
I'm only going for one piece of toast, Margaret, because I felt that it helped the feng shui of the plate, because I thought like 2 pieces of toast was a bit greedy.
Yeah, so I've only got one piece. Well, I've got half a piece. So there it is. It's avocado, chopped up avocado on toast. And you can mash it if you like, but I kind of like it chunky.
Right, I'm just going to wash my hands because I've got avocado all over them.
And then you take your egg.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to drop it on my computer because that would be... Capes would have a word to say to me if I drop my egg on my laptop.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to repeat what Capes might say to me. Yeah, I do that. Because anyone who knows Capes, he doesn't hold back.
No.
And then you just encourage your egg to slide onto...
One time.
Look at that. That's like... And then just a little bit, I always do, a little bit of black pepper.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got black pepper somewhere. Let me just find it.
And if you like, which I do, a little bit of salt.
Hang on.
See, so here we go.
That's all.
A little bit of a dish of sea salt here.
And I think I've got salt in there somewhere as well.
A little bit. Salt, not too much.
That would do. That's a better pepper, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be an early dinner.
That one, sea salt. That's good. Right, hang on. We've got to cut the egg though, because if you don't cut the egg and it's not runny, then you've flopped, haven't you?
Okay. Let us know. We'll do it together.
Hang on. I need to pepper up. A bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. I'll do that thing that geezer does.
Who does that?
That bloke who does all the meat stuff. He like throws salt about in this sort of weird fashion. Right. Okay. Let me just clear up this space a little bit. So, are we going to cut the eggs together? So use one.
Yeah, and I'm holding mine in front. Oh, mine fell off. Oops. Okay. Right. Are we going to cut it together?
We'll cut it together. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Oh,
look at that oozing egg. Yes, Margaret. Well done.
That was perfect.
I might actually,
excuse me.
I might try it. Are you going to try yours?
I am. Let's see if you get a fork.
Actually, do you know what, Margaret? We should do.
What?
We should do a little bit of an camera angle change, I think. We should, because you can use it without software. So if you get your phone out and get your camera.
Yeah.
And then we can do some nice little live video of how oozy our eggs are. So, ooh.
So like a video?
Yeah, do like a nice little pan around your egg. Like that.
A pan?
Yeah, kind of pan from left to right.
Do I use a particular setting? Oh, I use a pan. I didn't like that. So okay.
Video setting, otherwise it would be a bit pointless.
How technical I am. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure this is working very well. Am I supposed to move the...
Oh, Margaret, come on. Just open your video up.
Continuously taking it. Okay. I don't think it's working very well, but anyway.
Well, I got some close-ups of my oozy egg, so we'll just assume that yours was done.
Yeah, can we have a taste?
Oh, yeah, let's have a taste.
Should we have a taste? You can't see it, unfortunately. It's not very professional, but in my kitchen.
Yeah, man. Tasty. I'd like to eat that for breakfast if I had time, but I've got children, so...
You've got little children?
Yeah.
Mmm.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you, Margaret, because the whole point of these cooking shows is that it's all about taking an ingredient, be it as nice and simple and healthy as this, or be it as complex as something you'd see on MasterChef. But the bottom line is it's all put together to deliver an overall outcome, either a dish of food, or in our case, when we do cinemas or lighting control or control systems, it's all about taking all the individual components, putting it together to deliver an outcome for our customers. And I think we're really excited about these cooking shows, and Margaret has kindly joined us today, and it's a platform for you guys to do that as well. So dealers, please get involved. Like if you've got something you want to talk about, your own business, a way of promoting things, let's do it, and let's learn how to cook at the same time, because it's a lot of fun. And to be honest, we could probably get Margaret to teach us all the time, because I don't know if you know this, I think I told about it on one of the Terrific Tuesdays we did, but she used to be a chef was it in London? Was it you worked as a chef?
I worked in London, I worked in New York, but mostly in London, but a long time ago. But yeah, still got some skills. Like I can cut an avocado and make a piece of toast.
That's brilliant. But Margaret, thank you for today. And it's a nice short session for you today. Just wanted to, do you know what? Some of that pep's gone up my nose. I think I'm going to sneeze. There we go. Just making sure that you're fully aware of the team at Pulse and what we do behind the scenes to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So when the new shopping basket is launched and the website's there, your ordering process is going to become easier. You know who Margaret is now. You're able to get in contact with her for any of your accounts needs. Obviously, you know who I am, and I'm happy to.
Just call me for a chat, because people rarely call accounts team for a chat.
No, that's true.
Say hi. Got plenty of time to say hello to everybody.
You love a chat, don't you, Margaret?
I do.
That's one thing that I really do miss about this whole working from home thing, is because when you first started and we were together it was a lot of fun. So it's have to catch up over video all the time, but it's all good.
We're making the best of the situation. This is what we have to do at the moment. It's just what we have to do, and soon it will be over. And hopefully we all learned a lot from being at home, but still being able to stay collaborative and keep the team together at the same time.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Margaret. Again, apologies for the work that's going on in the background. I've had to lock myself in the kitchen so that I'm not near them. But essentially, make sure that you're following us on all of our social media platforms, because this is the place to see everything now. You're going to get product information. You're going to get new update information to do with the Pulse showroom. You're going to get all sorts of interesting and unusual concepts coming out from our social media. So make sure you're following us on the social, for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the usual suspects, because we're going to be putting out a lot of creative content in the coming months. But Margaret, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I've got to get going. I've got some accounts to do. It's got a lot to do today. So it's been really fun, but I've still got a whole load of work. Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.